Hi everyone, welcome to MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. I'm MaryAnne. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I love and appreciate every one of you so much. And new and returning, I welcome to your Sun Sign Love Connection reading for today. Today is November 9th, 2020. So moving right along, we have some important astrological aspects happening, planetary, energies that are going to affect all of us. And certainly the sun signs, the featured sun sign, which is Aries today. And then I am going to pick a highlighted that I do every day. For those that are new, this is my general format. It does change on occasion. I do change my tarot decks, and today I am using the Gilded Tarot. And then I do finish with some beautiful messages with a couple of my oracle divinations that I absolutely love. I feel like they're incredibly filled with inspiration and knowledge and guidance that I think we all can use. And I'm hoping that's the case. So the featured, like I said, is Aries as I go around the zodiac sign wheel. And the highlighted connection for Aries, where I'll pick 3 specific categories and talk to about, will be that of Virgo. Interesting. You know what? Did we just do Virgo? Might have been the day before. I don't think we've had the Aries-Virgo connection. We're going to do it anyway. This is what's supposed to be, so that's what I'm going with. That's what Spirit wants. And then I actually pick an individual card for every single zodiac sign in connection with Aries. So everybody gets a little bit of a message, and I hope it's something you feel and resonate that's going to lift your spirits and bring some joy to your life, because that's what love connections are about, all types of love. So let's get it going here. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. Aries is a fire sign. Aries has great power, confidence. They are cardinal signs, so they initiate. They like to really get things moving and shaking. They don't like to sit still. They tend to be really pretty forward in their convictions. Bold, like I said, very self-confident leaders. You get that they feel very strongly about what they do, and they want to better themselves. They want to better others. They want to do the best that they can. And it's just this fiery, dynamic kind of energy that comes from them. The cardinal sign, like I said, is the initiating signs. There are 4 cardinal signs. They initiate each season as well. So in addition to Aries being the first sign, they're the first season, which is spring. New starts, new fresh, a lot of ones, first sign, everything. The kind of a beginning, almost childlike energy of just this excited, belief and optimism about life and circumstances, Impulsivity comes into mind. They're pretty straightforward. Patience isn't a great thing for them a lot of times, and they just want to just make it happen and then think or talk about it later. Just let's get it started at least. That's their motive. Love them. Very, very caring, very devoted signs. And, just kind of say what they think and think what they say is what I think I always associate it with Aries. And that's okay too, right? I want that authenticity with people myself. That's just my own personal opinion. And then we go kind of across the way with Virgo, which is pretty much as opposite you as you can get. And yet, as I've always said, the opposition is what absolutely attracts these two. Very commonly seen together. Not like 50% of the population, but a good 40%, maybe even, I don't know, maybe a little more, because what's happening here is you have Virgo, the earth element, which is all about the mind and intelligence and, just knowledge, ruled by Mercury. So there's the idea of, once again, commerce, conversations, networking, business, formulating, relationships and partnerships with people that will further your knowledge and your ability to, help others, to expand, to grow, Now, I didn't mention that Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars has, of course, been in retrograde Aries for almost 2 months. That is Aries' ruling planet, Mars. Mars is the absolute planet of war and aggression and action. And, sometimes a lot of violence and things come from that if it's not at the fiery energy that it exudes, being one of the hottest planets, is not, at a place where it can recognize differences, recognize the need to kind of take that deep breath before you express, right? I think there's been a lot of interesting reactions of people that normally wouldn't be that way this year. What with not only Mars being in retrograde Aries for a couple months, where it really becomes more internal and you really start focusing on how you do react, how you are expressing yourself, how do others affect you and make you upset, what it is about that, just dissecting it so that you can realize this is something within me that's making that happen. That might be from when I was a child, and really sorting that through once and for all, 2 months of that was happening, but have no fear. Mars is going forward, station direct on the 13th, which is this Friday. So yeah, a lot of power, a lot of energy is coming back. I mean, during the retrogrades, it is about introspection. It's about relaxing, renewing, reinventing, reviewing, reestablishing, all the re's, right? And I think all of us can agree that that's happened. And I know a lot of Aries that have taken little trips because they can't really seem to move forward in their plans. And we had Mercury retrograde in addition to Mars retrograde. So yeah, a lot of stalls had happened. Feeling like, one step forward, 2 steps back kind of energy. All that's pushing forward. So in addition to the new moon, so the two of you, in addition to all the people in the world, I think you're going to find some new ground, there's the Virgo grounded energy, that stationary, structured, practical, reliable. I always use the same words because it's true. I mean, Virgo has such strength in being able to be steadfast and to stay strong about their learning and building upon that, and being able to teach others and being able to express to others and being able to help others. That's really key to many Virgos. Working hard to better their family situation, their relationship situation. They take it very seriously. They do have more of a reserved energy by far than an Aries with the fire. When it comes to grounded, they love nature. They love, things that nature provides, like the earthly goods and foods that we can plant and grow. Taking care of their bodies in a natural way usually comes to mind. They prefer, a lot of times, this is general, to not have, the traditional medicines. They like maybe homeopathic types of things a lot of times. They may be very involved in that study and sharing that knowledge with others. A lot of beautiful attributes with Virgo, very kind, caring people. They put others first many times, and just in the name of wanting to help, So, that's an attraction right there with the two of you. So you've got the fiery, kind of straightforward, moving ahead, not really necessarily planning ahead, with the opposition of, Virgo, who's a great planner, thinks way in advance, is extremely good with organization and planning and knowing about time and the relation to, to planning and making sure that, you're not over planning and doing all the things that happens sometimes in Mercury retrogrades and retrogrades. That's a beautiful balance for each other. That's where you can both help each other. The Aries fiery energy is passionate, it's loving, and everybody likes that, including Virgos. And that kind of lifts them up sometimes and brings them to not be so stuck and so hardworking. And maybe I would want to say they're more, they tend to be and can be, the Virgos, very strict on themselves, very, very harsh on how they do it. They're perfectionists, right? They want to better themselves and be better than the best they can be, right? It's like there has to be a limit. Well, I think that eases up with the Aries, It's just kind of like, you're good as you are, you're more than enough, I'm here for you, I'll support you, and they do. And that's beautiful. And then you've got that grounded energy, like I said, where they say, whoa, tell you what, you can have that idea and it's awesome and it's beautiful and I know you want to make things happen. I know I recognize and admire you for your ambition. let's think it through just a little bit. Let me be the person to do the detail work for you, you know, let me take that time. And that's where it really works beautiful together. So I love this a lot. And what did I not say? Virgo's Mercury. Virgo's a mutable sign, very adaptable. That's really important, especially when you're dealing with people that are different than you, and you accept that, you know, and that's important. It's important in life. It's important in our relationships, certainly in our love relationships, to almost admire the differences, because we grow when we meet and learn from people that are different than ourselves, right? It's not always about mirroring and wanting to see us and other people, which is a lot about relationships, but I digress. Let us read the important categories under and messages for this particular highlighted connection right now. And I hope you're seeing me in good light, because I've got my really bright lipstick on, and it is a beautiful sunny day out, although it's getting cooler. And I hope you're doing well, extremely well, and you are taking good care of yourself, because it's a time to start really getting that motivation. You're going to feel it. We're all going to feel that instant energy when Mars goes forward. Now, it does have the sleepy phase, the shadow period. It's been in retrograde, like I said, 2 months. It's going to take a little bit of time and momentum, but it's coming back. You may even start to be feeling it now. And then the new moon, which I believe is on the 14th, 13, 14, for initiating and you know, really putting forth your intentions, lighting candles, which I'll do for you, you know, setting forth, you know, on paper, in written word, which tends to always make things happen even more. It's just a reality. It's a factual thing they did studies about. You know, thinking, feeling, and writing it down so it just happens. You know, it's this beautiful connection with our higher minds, soul, body. It's a holistic thing. So the beautiful energies coming forth for you for today and moving forward. You know, this could be, anytime you watch it is good. Let's just put it that way. Because you may not feel the energy, may not resonate with this particular highlighted connection, but certainly one of the connections is going to ring true for your Aries. So stay tight, be patient, please. And if you want to fast forward to just another connection, that, of course, that makes sense. And unfortunately, I don't have the timestamps at this point, but all that's going to come into play. Watch what happens this new year. When I have some help that I've been hoping for prior to this year, and its obstacles and challenges. So the first card is the overall energy for the Aries and Virgo connection, and it is, you know, basically the catalyst, the feelings that have been pretty strong between the two of you up to this moment, this reading. And you have the Queen of Cups, and the Cups is the emotions. It's about feeling really, really good, feeling love, feeling fulfilled, feeling creative. You know, something very creative could be really spurring you on, and you've been held back, but not much longer. So don't let go of that. Don't give up for a moment. And if it's just merely, and I don't mean just, but if it's mainly pertaining to your relationship, it's great, deep, emotional love. And the Queen is the maternal, more receptive part of us, our feminine side versus masculine. We all have both. That balance is there. I feel like there's great devotion and maturity with the Queen as well. The Queen is the Cups, which is the water element of Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. We are in Scorpio season, which is deep and it's very transformative. It's about reaching the parts of us that we want to change, and we do, and we ignite, and, you know, seeking truth, and all of those come to mind. And this is a beautiful, beautiful, inspirational, uplifting message for you, for the overall energy. I love that for you. The blue skies are there, you know, just holding the cup, giving the offering, receiving it. It's a reciprocity that feels really strong. The second category is under possible blessings or obstacles. Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's the Page of Wands. So there's great fiery ambition and initiative. This is the beginning, once again, the more naive, kind of youthful energy that comes with the pages. Not quite, you know, established yet, just maybe in the thinking part. Like I said, with retrograde, you might have been thinking together, about an idea about maybe starting a family when it has to do with the youth of the page, which is childlike. It could be not reminding ourselves and together remembering to have fun and to bring out that part of you that loves to laugh and to be childlike again, to share, you know, this childlike outlook, you know, in life, and just say, yeah, you know, things are tough. They've been more difficult in some ways than I've ever had, and in other ways, it's just, I still feel love. I still feel grounded. I still feel this beautiful connection. So yes, it could be a new relationship started with this connection. It could be, once again, talk about children, something having to do with ones you have, or maybe the idea of having a child, or you may be about to have a child. And that would be, like I said, the wands or the fire. So there you are. Aries, maybe someone around you that's an Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo is very prominent. And so I find it a blessing, you know. The pages want to bring good news, you know. They're just there to, don't shoot the messenger, and it's good, it's fiery, it's ambitious, and it's motivated, you know. So I love that for you. That is absolutely beautiful. The third category is the category of finances, because they're a lot. They mean a lot to people. We need finances to live in a spiritual world and a, you know, a physical 3D world. So it's finances, but it's also the physical aspects of our life, the practical parts, you know, the things we can touch, feel, our work, our health, our families, all the above. And it's ironic, but you did get the exact perfect card for this category, and it is the Page of Pentacles. So, Knight, excuse me. Let me put these on because I can't read, but I can see more or less. No, it was the page. So 2 pages. So the Page of Pentacles is the earth element, as the, you know, the Virgo. So it's interesting. We had the Page of Wands, which is the fire, like the Aries, and the Page of Pentacles, which is the earth, like the Virgo, the highlighted connection here. You're both feeling in your element, and the initial youthful aspect to something financial is also on the horizon. A new idea, a new partnership, a new raise, a new job offer, a new home, a new investment in a home, a new investment in something that's going to grow. This is the beginning, right? It's the start. So it's positive. It can attract and snowball into amazing, beautiful things financially, comfort-wise, security-wise. Absolutely beautiful. So these are wonderful messages. And I like the beginning aspect because we have this new moon I spoke of. We have all sorts of opportunities with the actual first eclipse happening on the 30th of this month, the full moon, which will be in Gemini. That has to do with higher learning in the 9th house, Gemini. It's education, it's travel, it's foreign countries and connecting and unity and all sorts of unlimited possibilities, right? It's social media and reacting and connecting in that way, because we can't necessarily travel, or we don't choose to travel right now. All the beginning, so many changes having to do with technology can be coming this coming year, with most of the planets in Aquarius, which is very much about technology and so forth. So I digress, but beautiful messages. I feel light, I feel love, I feel security for you, and I feel ambition. All the things we need, that holistic aspect of our energy to keep us going and thriving. So those are the 3 highlighted messages. Now I'm going to read a card for every single zodiac sign in connection with Aries. So let me just go around the zodiac wheel. Starting clockwise from Virgo will be Leo, and that's Leo and Aries. And I read that not too long ago. It's a phenomenal connection. It's so powerful and so fiery and you know, bold and confident and action-oriented, right? That's what fire is. And Leo especially too, because Leo is ruled by the sun. These are sun sign readings. The sun is about our ego, our ambitions, our likes, our desires, our intentions, you know, with what we want to do in our life, the people we want to associate and be with, how we want to be seen and recognized for. And so, Yeah, Leo has all of that and then some, and that really spurs you on, and you both have this beautiful fundamental energy that's similar, both being fire. And like I said, both of you, even though Mars has been in Aries retrograde, going stationing forward on the 13th, all fire signs are going to feel it. It's a trine, it's a complementary energy. So it's just building. It's just, you already are feeling it, no doubt. It's just a lot of wonderful things that can come your way, and the trust in that. You've got the Leo's a fixed sign, so they're very much about their opinions and ideas, and they're pretty steadfast in that. But it's beautiful when it has to do with something that's going to better yourselves or their family and friends and loved ones. They have great passion and heart. Very, very, very caring, extravagant, generous, talented. There's so much that can happen with this connection, whether it be romantic or work related. Certainly in the family, things are building and getting better. Communication's getting better. Your message is the Chariot. Wow. That's the epitome of just feeling like you are mastering in your life. You are the center of your vehicle, if you will, your body, your relationship, your life. You're feeling victorious. You've worked hard to get here. It's about, a vehicle in a metaphorical sense. Like I said, you could be the vehicle. You could actually be getting a vehicle. You may have had issues with the Mercury retrograde that only went forward last week. So it's pushing forward, but it's still kind of in the shadowy period till around the 19th. So slower steam, but maybe transportation issues came up. You want to buy a new car. First thing that comes to mind. Checking up and making sure it's running well, because you're going to be more active and busier. Trust me on that. You'll be going further distances, even if it's local. This is about movement, maybe moving to another location for your business, for your home, collaborating together, feeling exciting, feeling motivated, and knowing that this is exactly what you want to do, and this is what's led you to this moment. Excellent, beautiful, and it also represents the sign of Cancer. So you have a lot of emotion behind this incredible feeling of victory. It's taken a while, and you really knew that you had to go through the ups and downs and so forth, which is what the Sphinx in the center in front of this vehicle represents. The hardships, the transformations, the challenges that you've overcome and found that balance in the relationship, in whatever it is you're perceiving together and pursuing. Then you have the beautiful Cancer and Aries. This is very common, and it's kind of, there's a tension around it. There's the water and the fire that is always going to be an attraction to each other. It's that steamy, kind of passionate, unmistakable intimacy and attraction that's there. Is it the right attraction? Well, it's all about the love language. It's about respecting each other and the differences. There's that fiery confidence that I think is attractive to a lot of people. Leadership, right? And there's this soft, beautiful sensitivity that comes with Cancers. Very capable and strong in stature and character as well, but just really want to love and to nurture others, and they're very, I would say, versatile, and loving a family is key to them. It's number one. They want security. They want to trust those that they're involved with. They can be moody and oversensitive because they are ruled by the moon, and that's about the water. They're a water sign. They're very in tune, and they feel energy and recognize, how people are, they sense how people feel, without even really speaking a lot of times. They just have that gift. And so, yeah, there's a harshness sometimes that comes through with the fire aspect of Aries. They don't mean to be. They're just so bluntly real, and what you see is what you get. That's also very charming in a lot of ways. So making sure that the sensitivity of Cancer recognizes that it's nothing personal, and working with it together, they will provide and absolutely make you feel secure once you have that trust, which is not something you easily give away, Cancer. But when you have it, it's there, and you can trust that Aries is going to do whatever they can to build upon that. And you have the 8 of Pentacles. Wow. So there's security right there. 8 is the master number of power and abundance and manifesting what you want and desire. It's growth. And when it's the Pentacles, it's our sustenance. It is our money, our jobs, our ability to feel secure and to have the stability we want in the relationship, in our wealth, in our health. That's all there for you. And I love seeing that because I know we all need that. And by the way, we're in Scorpio season. That's very complementary with all water signs as well, the fellow water signs like you, Cancer. So right now you're probably just really feeling like you are ready for the truth. You're ready for that transformation in this relationship, whatever that is, going to the next level, leveling up and building. There's a lot of emphasis on building that security together. That's beautiful. Then we have Aries and Gemini. I love this. You've got air and fire. That is an extremely complementary connection. It just works really well together. Air is the Gemini, and air is about the voice and about words and about communication, which is key to all Geminis. The ability to teach and to share their knowledge is essential to them. They love to learn, they love to expand, they love to just socialize, and they love to write, they love to do podcasts and YouTube channels, and they're very energetic and very uplifting, and they love truth and they love fairness, and they care greatly, even if they seem detached because they're in their mind so much, almost too much. There's great conversations with the two of you. There's great foundation for building upon, businesses and beautiful times and, connections with each other. And it works. It's just fun. It's just a really, I would say, motivated and action-oriented connection. Your message is the 9 of Cups. So you've got wishes fulfilled. Something beautiful is coming up here. I think you both have thought about it. You've definitely felt a heart connection here. The Cups are the emotions. They're the deepest part of us, the vulnerable part. Neither of the Aries nor the Gemini are known for vulnerability, but it's there. It's being brought up. And the two of you are going to make this work, and you're going to celebrate, and you're going to fill your cups. You're going to feel that gratification. You're going to feel that appreciation. You're going to feel the emotional creativity that the two of you can create. There's nothing more rewarding. That's a beautiful, beautiful energy and message. These are excellent. They've been really, really good with all the connections. I think that's so important right now in the world, is that the connections stay as strong as possible with, so much, just misunderstanding, miscommunication, a lack of clarity, right? For lack of a better word. This one fell, and I'm not looking at it, but I'll turn it over. This will be with Aries and Taurus. Wow, two very, very powerful, strong elements, fire and earth. You know what? They're the two A-type personalities, if there ever were, but from different areas, the fiery, ambitious, and cardinal starter, leader of fire, which is Aries, and then the grounded but strong and absolutely dedicated, loyal, perseverance kind of energy that comes from the Taurus and the earth grounded energy, which is once again very useful. You had your highlighted being in Virgo, the grounded. You love it. You love that, the ability to really look at a Taurus and say, what's up? And get the truth, get that authenticity. Whether you like the answer or not, they're working for you. Work with them. It's a matter of, pooling together these energies that can be so, so incredibly inspirational. Allowing the differences there, working with the differences, but knowing that the Taurus is ruled by Venus. Venus is money, it's fun, it's luxury. I mean, that's what Aries strives for as well, right? Both of you building that together, it's a really powerful energy that cannot stop. And by the way, neither of you are about quitting. And there's a great patience that's important for this connection that Taurus has. And yeah, they're a fixed sign too, set in their ways. You love them anyway. You accept that because they do such great things and they care so much. And you have the Seven of Wands. Okay, here you go. You're standing up and defending your position, trusting in what you believe in. That fiery ambition is there between the two of you. You feel vindicated. You feel on top of your game. You know, you feel like you don't, after this point, there's no need to defend anything. Everything you do, the proof is in the pudding. You've worked too hard and too long, if not on a mental plane, you know, literally physically throughout time, through this relationship, knowing you're not going to let go now. You know, it's just the tip of the iceberg, as they say. Excellent, beautiful energy. You know, you've got this. You're looking down and you're at higher ground. So it doesn't really surprise me. You're both very much leader type energies. So I could see you being kind and not, you know, not being, what is it called when somebody's, can't even think of the word because it's kind of not a great friendly energy. You're not condescending. You just want to share what you believe and be strong in your convictions. And that's a beautiful thing. You want that. People admire that. That's when they're followers, you know, that's when they want to go with you and work with you. So then we have beautiful Pisces and Aries. See it all the time. Absolutely beautiful. There's that tension. There's that absolute attraction and draw that seems to happen with that water and fire, you know. And sensitivity with the Pisces is so beautiful. They love. They want to give. They want to do what they can to work on the relationship. They want to create all sorts of beautiful ambiance, and you know, and just things that make the relationship feel good. And they want to. They're incredibly artistic, so they have this medium that's very, very attractive to Aries as well. Very capable of, you know, all sorts of beautiful entrepreneurial endeavors. The two of you can really help each other in love, but also in moving forward in some beautiful ideas and creations together, whatever that may be. You have Pisces, the last sign of the zodiac. Aries is the first, so there they kind of meet, right next to each other. It's a beautiful vibe, and it's so different. Sensitive, impressionable, you know, very affected and energy-wise can sense so many things, that Piscean, very spiritual, very connected to the mystical part of life. Very fascinating to Aries. Even if they're not fully in it, they're still listening because they trust. They think you know a thing or two, Pisces. And then, of course, Pisces is an immutable sign. So that's the adaptation that everybody loves. Somebody that's able to change with the flow, the currents, you know, which is all about the Pisces and the fish. Going with the flow, you know, and caring a great deal. So you have the message of, Nine of Wands. So yeah, just, you know what? They're in the last stage. You're in the last stage, the completion, which is the 9. And it's the fire, and you've just been through so much, and you've had to physically, you know, really take on maybe more than you ever thought you would have to, even in this year when most people have been more sedentary and more, you know, kind of in pause mode. Yeah, you just feel like you've really had to fight some battles inwardly and externally on all levels, whether it be communication, certainly I hope not physically, but just, I want to say more internally. You know, Pisces ruling planet now versus historically and originally, which was in Jupiter, is now Neptune, and that's the more modern take. Neptune has been in Pisces and will remain in Pisces for a long time, but it's the planet of illusion, and it's about, you know, hidden facts, hidden and obscure realities, like what is real, what is true, and that cloudiness has been very, very prevalent. When it's in retrograde, like all other retrogrades in Pisces, it's about really going inside and going, okay, I'm going to stop putting on the rose-colored glasses. I want to see everything beautiful. I want everyone to get along. I want life to just be one big party. Why not? It's like, okay, there are going to be differences for as long as I'm alive, and I'm sure many lifetimes after that. I have lived many lives. I've seen and recognized these feelings and these needs for transformation and ascension on our planet. Now is no different. But when it goes forward, when Neptune goes forward and actually conjuncts with Jupiter, I believe, in another day or so, which is a beautiful creative energy that keeps us alive and brings that clarity, that's going to change some things and your relationship. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. So you know what? Don't give up. Right around the corner is that dream, that vision, that trust and belief that you've always had inside. And it's a beautiful, beautiful recognition. Just knowing, you don't let go of that fire, whatever you do. You can be calm and peaceful and do your meditation, which I know you need, Pisces. But trust in the fire that's going to be there with your relationship and the power you have within, the strength that's there. Then we have Aquarius and Aries. Love it. There's that air and fire. That is an amazing combination and connection. There's a fixed sign in Aquarius, and there is the ruler, which is Uranus, which is all about unpredictability in your relationships, in your life, in general. This is what you grew up with. I mean, the fast changes, like the tower, I think, represents Uranus, right? Just instant, like out of the blue surprises that'll change your life forever. I know that sounds scary a lot of times, but we've been having changes since the day we were born. It is a part of life that we can actually count on, right? And there might be some sudden ones that are just going to knock your socks off, and they're going to be the most beautiful things. Either right at that moment you'll recognize, or in retrospect, you're like, yes. If you count the dots and the little breadcrumbs, had that not occurred and that not shooken me up and the universe not intervened like it does with the tower, I wouldn't be here with this beautiful connection and so on and so forth. Thinking positive and believing is the key for everyone, and of course feeling it. Your message is the Eight of Cups. So yeah, a lot of letdowns, I think especially with Aquarius this year, but trust me when I say that's all changing, because all the planets are going to be heading into Aquarius in 2021, starting next month. Whole different perspective, a whole different energy. We're all going to feel it from earth to air. I say it every day in my readings. It's going to be vast. It's going to be well received and necessary. Well, I don't know about well received because it takes time like everything, but by mid-year, watch and see the transformations that I think are going to help enlighten our lives, every one of our relationships, and some real beautiful truth and justice and fairness is coming through, which I love. So the two of you are feeling you need to let go of the emotional things that have happened this year. You want to let go, I should say. You don't want to hold on to that. You're not forgetting it. You never will. It meant something. It was supposed to mean something. It was what made us transformed. But it's something you want to absolutely, the things that hurt the most, you're going to just finally do your best to heal and move on. In whatever it is that was felt or wasn't felt, it's done, it's past. Keep it moving. That's the whole initiative about this beautiful message. Look ahead to the beautiful, look in present and then forward. And look at amazing things that you can create. And you are a huge part of what happens, so. Now we have the Capricorn and Aries, and Capricorn has Jupiter in their sign. Actually, it's going the last and final conjunction of Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto, all in Capricorn, which is incredibly powerful. It's very much about Earth. It's about planet. I mean, it creates all sorts of, things that are unexpected again. Like earthquakes and all the things we've experienced this year, for heaven's sakes, the fires that have been unprecedented, all those kind of things. It's coming to exact for the third and final time, and then they all start to separate. And they won't be back like that in certain aspects. A couple of the couplings with Capricorn, that predictable, grounded, old, way of doing things is definitely being changed, and that's all going to be very evident, but it won't come back like that for 13 years, and the exact like this 800 or so, not in your lifetime or many lifetimes. So yeah, that's huge. That says a lot. And the two of you are still standing strong, because that's what Capricorn does. They're reliable, they're steadfast, they're grounded, they can wait, they're patient, they're okay being reserved as they are, but they love leadership, they love building upon something they're interested in and seeing it grow. And they want to do that and share that with you, Aries. And that Jupiter part that I was mentioning earlier is that part of the planet that comes every 12 years in every sign, right? And then what you do and how you utilize it will affect you the next 12 years and onward. Luck, opportunities, love, relationships, you know, all the beautiful things that the benevolent planet will provide. Your message is the Six of Swords. So here we have this beautiful balancing of everything. Certainly communication that has been completely difficult at times, not clear. Very confusing, very conflicted. Moving into smoother, more calm and balanced, and just a beautiful feeling, kind of energy coming forth. You've certainly seen the rocky side, and now you get to see the other, because that's what life does, right? It goes up and down, and it always will. And when it's down, you know it's going to go up, and that's where we all pretty much are, and that's where you are. And it's gorgeous, and it feels right, and it feels like it's about time. So yeah, and the energy of the air is there for clarity once again. You got that full moon, I feel like really strong indications with this Gemini eclipse is going to really make a difference in some regard to you, because it can last, the effects of the eclipses last up 6 months to a year. And that's once again about travel, maybe travel plans, you know, higher learning. It goes on and on, education, you know, maybe bettering or starting a new program or a new class so that you can better yourself and get to another, you know, leveling up of yourself that you choose. And then we have Sagittarius and Aries. Absolutely love it. 2 fire signs. Both really, really harmonious elements. You know, you get each other. You certainly get each other's energy and drive and confidence and motivation to want to move and do things. And Sagittarius is a mutable sign. So it's very adaptable. It likes to keep doing things and changing and finding out about new things. And very much a philosophical sign and a high learning sign. You know, they want to educate and educate themselves, and they want to help others in the process. They're about truth and action. They are half man and half horse. So there's a part of them that just wants to move and exercise and travel and see the world and adventure, and they don't want to be confined. They think out of the box. They're very inventive and very ahead of themselves as far as, you know, ideas sometimes. Definitely, like I said, sometimes even religious or things and ideas and interests that are not necessarily the mainstream, right? They go to that level. Astrology, you know, esoteric, religious, whatever it is, they are very knowledgeable. They can really change your mind about things. And that's important. And this is a good relationship for opening the mind, you know? And there's the optimism, there's that fun adventure. Both of you absolutely love that. No matter the gender, you know, freedom seeking. And you have the Six of Wands, boy. Victory, success, fired up, just being recognized for your abilities, your capabilities, what you've accomplished. Notoriety, I mean, how beautiful is that? How often does that happen? I don't know, but, you know, I think we can all use it, and that's what's showing here. Just knowing you've succeeded and gotten past some really difficult times, regardless of the retrogrades that affected all fire signs, like I said, even though it's in Aries. You all felt this need to kind of just like, wow, I need to stop. I don't want to, but I know I can't fight City Hall, right? You can't fight those energies. You can, but it doesn't end up being necessarily what you want. You have to redo it again a lot of times. So that's beautiful. There's something victorious, something you can feel super happy and you've got support is what I'm feeling a lot from this card. You always have support of your community, your family. It's beautiful, it's light, it's loving, it's energy, it's motivation. That's fantastic. Then you have Aries and Scorpio. This is a beautiful, interestingly, you know, once again, there's that, that tension. And talk about tension, you know, we're in Scorpio season. Happy birthday, all Scorpios. Scorpio is deep. Scorpio is intense. They get really passionate about what they're interested in and their drive, and they want to transform their lives and reinvent and renew and, reestablish and really dig deep. In times that they have, ruled by Pluto, that's about the harshest thing. It's the sign and the planet that represents digging deep and recognizing our faults, our shadow side, and just, knowing that we can change that. We are in control of that. And it hurts sometimes, it hurts to see the sides we don't want to, but we all have it. Acceptance. A lot of acceptance of Scorpio in that. They understand that. They understand the human psyche. They're very psychic, very mysterious, and very seductive. Kind of magnetism comes along with a lot of the Scorpios. Very, I would say, moody. They have a lot they're going through and thinking about, kind of a solemn, kind of sometimes darker energy you're going to feel, which can be seductive, like I said. But they're serious. They're very serious a lot of times. They're black and white. They're a fixed sign. They don't necessarily have that gray area. They're just like, it's this or that. If they're not on their side, that's it. Not necessarily going to remember or change their point of view if you were not on their side or did not treat them with fairness and such. That's something that doesn't work for them. They have a possessive aspect. They want you to themselves. And a lot of Aries really dig that. As long as you allow them that freedom too, Scorpio, and I know that you will. It can be perfect. It can be beautiful. Very passionate. And you have the star. So in this connection, you have some beautiful, beautiful thoughts about some real dreams that you want to see through, some real manifestation happening here. Let me tell you, when I say that we're all capable of manifesting, but the water signs and Scorpio are incredibly good about making things happen. They get how to do that. They feel that energy. They're one with the energy of the world. They understand life and death and rejuvenation and rebirth and like I said, the transformation. So this is gorgeous. This absolutely is the sign indicating Aquarius. So you're feeling the air energy that's already coming forth, even though it starts in December and moves on to 2021. It's about the communication and the words that need to be expressed and the truth, the fairness, the unrevealing of truth will come forth, like it or not. But the ambition and the desire to dream big is what's happening for the two of you. And then we have Libra and Aries, the polar opposite. Love this. I see this all the time. I have some amazingly wonderful friends that are Aries that I really admire. I love their motivation. I love their drive and their instinct, kind of just innate confidence, even when they don't really know. They believe they do. And I love that, there's no holding back. Whereas a Libra is about fairness and balance, right? And they see all sides of a situation. They're an air sign. They're in their mind. They're in their thoughts. They're thinking everything they can, strategizing, trying to rationalize and logically look at things, right? It's through the mind. No, Aries is fire and let's make it happen. So different, but they complement each other once again. And they have great debates and they can just really liven each other up, and they love adventure and they're very passionately connected. And Libra's about relationships. They're going to work very hard at making any relationship work, and you're no exclusion, Aries. If you're in and appreciate the differences, once again, this could be a long-term friendship, relationship, partnership. It's really, really very beautiful in a lot of ways. And you have you have the 10 of Pentacles, so there you go. The ultimate in security and in growth and in comfort. Actually, Venus is the planet that rules Libra, and that's money and beauty and art, and they love aesthetically things that look good. They're very capable of making things look good on even a low budget. That's innate with them. They love to feel good. They love to touch and to sense, and all the senses. They have great intuition. They also have Venus in their sign right now. So there's a lot of real special magical things happening with all relationships involving Libra. And then, of course, being the polar opposite that Aries is, that's in the relationship house, it's on, and it's been there for a while. So you're going deep now this year. If you've been in a relationship for a long time and you really had to fine tune some things, because you feel better when you do that. You don't want to leave it to chance anymore. Let's make it happen. Let's get past the things that are holding us back, or let's get rid of it. this is it. This is the final, you know, frontier. But this is showing me great evolution in a positive and uplifting and secure and permanent way. You know, your home, you may buy together, you may invest in family, anything that's going to just bring that 10. That's a new cycle. It's fantastic. That's a beautiful ending connection reading. And all of these have such a beautiful, wonderful, insightful messages that, like I said, if you're not feeling it now, hold on to it and believe it. Watch and see how that transforms what may be happening now to what you want to have happen. And then we're going to go on to the reading of your beautiful Oracle Divinations. And as I mentioned, this is my newer one. This is the Psychic Tarot for the Heart. And I thought that was super appropriate. Plus, I got it as a gift, and I love it so much. And it's by John Holland. And so I read the message and then a little bit more inside if you want to hang out. And once again, if you have not subscribed, please do me the favor of doing that. Because, you know, YouTube has a curriculum. You know, they have a sort of an incentive plan. And I do this because I absolutely love it. I've done it since I was 12. I've read astrology and studied and all that, and I'm still learning. I love the connectedness that I'm receiving from people that are subscribing. But as far as I'm concerned, as a massage therapist, I'm not going to be able to do that for much longer. So I'm actually reaching out to you in more of a soft/hard sale now, because this is what I want to end up doing. It's like a full circle. You know, I do it in my job, I do it with community, but I want to take it to the next level, and I want to get to places that I never have. And I want to do it through the medium of technology, which is also so foreign, and still is, but I'm learning, right? And YouTube requires like 1,000 subscribers and I think 4,000 watch time hours before they will consider any kind of monetization. And of course, I'm eager to get that, in addition to private readings, which will come, and I'm definitely wanting to do, and that information can be listed below. It's actually going to be my website now, because I don't have my email, and then videotaping or something of that nature, but it's still a little bit in the phase of, you know, production, if you will. But the point is that subscribing is free, liking is free, and so supportive for many reasons other than what I mentioned, but certainly that. So I just want to put that out there to you and let you know how it's way more important than you may realize. And a lot of people watch, but they don't subscribe. So just, you know, letting you know. And so we'll finish with this beautiful, beautiful message for all the Aries, you powerful, beautiful, fiery signs that are going to get back all of your energy very, very soon now. Choose your battles. Wow, I brought this up not that long ago, like maybe a week ago. But I love it because it's so perfect for what's been happening. Mars, your ruling planet, you know, the fiery, just like, oh my gosh, I got to speak up. I've got to be heard, and I want to be truthful. I want to be real about stuff, and I don't want to just take on whatever people are saying and just be with the crowd. I want to be established and individual, and it's being careful, because in our relationships at this point, with Mars, you know, being the ruler and retrograde, and in your planet, well, it's still going to be there when it goes stations direct till like January 6th. That's 6 months of having Mars in your sign and your ruler. I'm sure there have been times that you've kind of just lost your, you know what, and just kind of went, wow, I didn't really mean to say that. So choose your battles, you know. Speak your truth always, but make sure that you don't say something that you're going to end up regretting, and it's tough because it's so fast to do, right? And just a loving reminder of that. You know, we've all been in that place. I know I have. I have a Mars, Aries moon. I'm a very mellow person in a lot of ways, and then boop, there it goes. Because it's real, it's in me, you know, and I have to express it. But 7 is the number. We're on 8 here, so let's just go one more before. So the messages to be spoken about, awaiting results. I think this was right after the election. I kid you not, like 4 or 5 days ago. This came up. It was so perfect. Keywords: patience. Come on, Aries, you got this. Assessment, outcome, and alternatives. You've put much energy into creating and attracting the relationships you desire and eager to see positive results. Patience is needed, however. Reassure Shaping attitudes and beliefs takes time. Refining yourself so that you'll attract just the right person is a process. If you find yourself becoming frustrated at the apparent lack of visible change, step back and focus on something other than your relationships for a while. When you're feeling more detached, you'll be in a better position to notice any improvements. Isn't that beautiful? It's straightforward, it makes sense, it's imperative, and it's super important right now with everything going on. And I know you love deep, and you're in it to win it, but sometimes we say, and like I said, it could just change everything. So just holding on and taking the breath and working on patience. We all can have it, regardless of what they say specifically on a general term about certain signs not having such patience. It can always be cultivated. Let's finish with your super attractor manifestation message, mantra, affirmation that I love because it talks about feeling. You have great feeling and passion. You can be an amazing manifester, Aries. You set your mind to it and it becomes that. But feeling is essential for the law of attraction manifestation. And you have the beautiful, beautiful message with the new moon at the top. So something very pertinent with addition to your sign, and the Mars going forward in your sign on Friday, the new moon that next day. I believe I'm worthy of feeling good. That's all you need to hold on to and trust, and you just have the world in your hands, and that feeling good will create so much for you. And the new moon will really show some positive changes in that regard, and write it down, initiate it even more tenfold by writing down your intentions and watching them unfold. I hope you like this reading as much as I absolutely love bringing the messages. And I'll be here every day, so come on back. Watch your friends' connections, whatever, and then know that, as we go around the astrology wheel, it's a little off this month, but you will actually initiate the first one of December. But we have a mid-month coming, so come back for that for sure. I appreciate you so much. I do, and you mean a lot. Take good care. Hold on, man. Your energy's going to be bigger and bolder than ever, and it's going to be in the right way, and it's going to create so much beautiful manifestations for you. So, and your connections. So until next time, thanks and take good care. Bye for now.